that corner. So I managed to do it with two 90s. There, doom, 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 and then bam. I gotta put a brace over here somewhere or underneath here. I think I'll just do the up and down brace because it's a little bit easier. I like to cut stuff on a rip scale, but you know, here we are. Might as well do it 9 and 3/4 plus. You know, I don't want to remove. The nails. So we'll just cut them off. Square. Oh, it's so square and even lined up with the laser mark. We need 9 1/4. Almost 7, I think. 9 and 7. No, it's 8. 8 1/4 plus a 16. That's the one thing I like things to be done, so that when they're done, you don't have to go back and do them. But here we are, because it's not my job to do it, but it needs to get done so it can be finished. So here we are, messing around, should be taping, but instead we're doing this. So, where's my other drill? Oh, I left it up there. Nice and tight, just like how we like it. Nice and tight, my lord. I'll bring those down so we don't forget them. And the grate. We don't forget the grate. I like nails, but here we are. We're screwed. Oh, that'll hold the vent in place. Everything will be covered with mud. I'm not even going to cut this vent out right away because we're going to be mudding this, so we'll just make a mark. Nice and solid. Got our screws, got our bits, get those down before I bury everything. I got like 2 more screws. Oh, there's 1 more, that's good. I'm going to pull on this vent and screw it in place. It's kind of hard, like where I'm doing this. Okay, that's not moving. It's not moving. I'm going to put a couple screws in this 90 to keep it attached, which is interesting because it's easier to do it when everything's in the way and not before. Put another one across the top here. All right, that's solid. Now, when you're doing this, you usually want you usually want to have the vent running down the wall because heat rises, right? But we're here. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going to do now. So now that all the venting stuff is done, I can put all the venting tools away. I don't need them. I even brought my handy dandy crimpers for crimping the metal to give it that crease so it can slide into each other, right? Extra blades. This should be in the plumbing. This should be in the mudding bucket. I don't need the saw anymore. Hopefully that's the last of the saw. Put that outside. And put this vent away. Shouldn't need the hammer, but we'll put it off to the side for now. And these screws and touch-up mud can go over here, out of the way. I don't need this. I'm going to see which ones cut better, because you want good scissors for cutting your corner mud. Put that back on charge. Have all my batteries charging. I got my box for screws. I brought that just in case. And the only other thing we need to do is I know we need to cut this down to size because of the fact that we made it longer. So we got 54 is to the center of that vent, and 6 3/4. So all right, 54 center, 6 3/4 center up from the side. We can mark that on our sheet. Now, basically, get our (119 5/8). So the beauty of how we're going to cover this without having to cut it to know where it is for next time, I'm going to use the Sharpie. The Sharpie bleeds through everything. And I will also put some cuts in it. I will also put some cuts in 2 foot, 4 foot. 2 foot, 4 foot. I'll also put some cuts in the vent, in the drywall, so that it shows up through. So we're going to do a 54. That's center. And then 6 3/4. Who's it down to 6 now? So no matter what we do, that's our mark. I'm just going to do a nice big X. And then in case that doesn't bleed through in the time that we're done, We're also going to put, I'm going to put you guys up here, so this way you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Boom. So you're going to do an X like this. Now, hopefully I didn't make that too huge. Doesn't matter, the fence is going to cover most of it. We need to do our 119.5. 119. You literally got to cut a ½ inch off. Let's see if that's exactly it. That's exactly it. I'm used to wearing the tool. That. My tool belt, and I have my knife always on this side, so I could easily just pull it around. That's there. There. Boom. There's a potato bug. Oh, you're gonna get stepped on if you stay here. Let me put you somewhere safer, potato bug. Oh, dude, you just fell like 100 feet. 100 potato bug feet. Hey, look at them. Put them outside. There. Okay, garbage. In the bag. Done. Hammer rasp. Put the hammer somewhere. Where did I put it? There it is. We can use our hammer rasp. Okay. Now we have our handy dandy drill for drilling. And that X marks the spot right where that thing is supposed to be. I need a new gun. For some reason that one doesn't sync properly. Oh, it's not adjusted right. I'll have to sync that a little better. That's all done. I may as well put I messed up. Man, my leg feels so much better today. I can't even explain how much. Because the other days I had trouble. Trouble was like had for sure. Okay, so now you guys can see that the vent, the mark, that's going to bleed through. So the only way to get that out is to cut it out. Anytime you put marker on drywall, it's going to bleed through your paint, your mud. Eventually it'll bleed through. So wall's screwed off. Oh, now the other thing I should show you that I'm going to do, I'm going to fix any and all screws that are not sank properly. I like to pull them out and maybe try to catch and screw it back in the same place, because that way we don't have any raised. So this one's too far out. And some of these screws are driven in a little too much. So this one, you just want it to get under the paper, and then you want to crease the hole, the end of your knife. These are all good. I know these ones need love. More love. Those are all good. Let's stick it out. Just a touch. There. Oh, there's one there. That one's actually not. Oh, look at that. That top part's not screwed. And here I thought I was done. You're going to see why I like to do this. I need to go all the way and grab my screw gun. I just need 3 screws and there's 4 here. Man, there's a reason why I can't move fast, is when my leg is fucked like this, it's hard to move fast. That. Dent the hole so it doesn't protrude through the tape. There we have it. Done. And so what I was doing, I'm going to show you guys, because this is what everyone needs to know. And I should have left one screw out, but see how that screw, it's not, they're nice and smooth and flat because they're not sticking past. If they're sticking past, then when you run your knife, you're going to hear the click, click, click of the screw hitting your knife. And that means it's too far out, so then you can't actually mud it until that's screwed in. So, as you can see over here, this is another vent that's going to be cut out after. Now that's the cold air return. The reason why I left that like that was because when you're sanding, when you're doing anything, that furnace is sucking up the air that's in the basement. And it'll suck up all the dust. You'll have dust throughout the house and people will be complaining. There's also other places where the dust can go, but at least if there's the least amount of points, less things blowing into the basement, because that's what that would be doing, blowing a bunch of dust around. We don't want any of that either, because I don't want to breathe it. And I can always router it out after. So, now that everything's prepared, we can start mudding. We'll make a new chapter of that after.